Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the only flight tutorial that might actually save your sanity at 35,000 feet. Today, we're not just talking travel tips, we're revealing the sacred scrolls of long haul survival that flight attendants whisper about in airport break rooms. Picture this: you're about to spend more time in a flying metal tube than most people spend at the gym in an entire month. The person next to you has already claimed both armrests, and somewhere nearby, a baby is warming up his vocal cords for what promises to be an ear-piercing performance. But you'll be floating through this transcontinental journey in a bubble of blissful comfort because you're about to discover the 12 travel essentials that separate the amateur tourist from the airspace or aristocracy. So grab your carry-on and let's get ready to upgrade your travel game. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll wonder how you ever survived a long flight without these lifesavers. Ready to take off? Let's go. Number one, compression socks. Your secret to comfort on long haul flights. Ever stepped off a long haul flight feeling like your legs had doubled in size? That was me after a 17-hour flight to Singapore. Ankles swollen, legs throbbing like they'd run a marathon, all while I was sitting still that entire time. Meet the unsung heroes of air travel that nobody talks about: compression socks. Not exactly Instagram worthy? Yeah, perhaps. But they're the travel hack that transformed my flying experience forever. I used to scoff at these medical looking accessories. Those are for grandparents, I thought. Then came that fateful flight, me hobbling through customs with ankles resembling water balloons, wondering if I'd ever feel my feet again.
If there's anything I've learned in my 80 years on Earth, it's the compression socks are the shiznit. And just look how good they look.
Here's what the airlines won't tell you. At 35,000 feet, your circulation essentially goes on vacation while you're still working overtime. Compression socks apply gentle pressure that keeps blood flowing properly, preventing that post-flight elephant leg syndrome that can ruin the first 48 hours of your trip. The best part? They've come a long way from those clinical grandma-looking beige tubes. Now they come in patterns, colors, and styles that won't scream, "I'm wearing my grandma's socks," to all your fellow passengers. Think it from someone who's crossed the Pacific Ocean more times than I can count. These unassuming socks are the difference between hitting the ground running at your destination or spending your first day abroad with your feet elevated, wondering where it all went wrong. Number two, ginger chews. Calm your stomach on long haul flights. Okay, so picture this. You're 5 hours into a transatlantic flight when suddenly turbulence hits. Your stomach lurches, the food in your belly starts to rebel, and you're trapped in a window seat, of course, where with nowhere to escape.
Yeah, I wonder if that questionable fried chicken you got from 7-Eleven had anything to do with it. Wait, that was from 7-Eleven? I told you to get KFC.
That was me on a nightmare flight to Bangkok until I discovered what flight attendants have been keeping in their personal kits for years: ginger chews, the unassuming heroes of air travel that transformed my flying experience. Forget those chalky antacids that taste like sweetened cardboard. When that I might need the sick bag feeling strikes at 30,000 feet, nothing works faster than these potent little flavor bombs. The science: ginger contains natural compounds that block those nausea signals your brain is frantically sending. What makes these magical? Well, they're 100% natural, no chemicals or drowsy side effects, instant acting, relief in minutes, not hours. Three, they're TSA friendly, no liquids to declare. They're dual purpose, they freshen breath after airplane meals. Now my pre-flight ritual is sacred: noise canceling headphones, compression socks, and my emergency stash of ginger chews. Because nothing ruins a vacation faster than spending your first day rounding second base with your hotel's toilet bowl. Three, electrolytes, the secret to staying hydrated on long haul flights. Ever stepped off a long haul flight feeling like you've been mummified from the inside out? Dry skin, splitting headache, brain fog so thick you can't remember your own name? That was me after my first international flight, despite chugging water like it was my freaking job. 8 bottles later, I kid you not, I still felt like I had been stranded in the Sahara. Trying to hydrate by drinking water alone is like trying to fill a bucket with a massive hole in it. The missing piece? Electrolytes, the invisible travel companion that transformed my flying experience forever. Here's the science they don't teach you at the boarding gate. Airplane cabins have humidity levels lower than the Atacama Desert, the driest place on Earth. Your body is literally evaporating moisture with every breath, and water alone can't keep up.
I'm made of fabric. I don't need water. Hallelujah. I've never been so happy to be a puppet in all my life.
That first miserable trip taught me what athletes and medical professionals have known for years. Electrolytes are the microscopic magicians that help your cells actually hold onto the water instead of just, well, sending it straight into the airplane laboratory. Since discovering this game changer, my travel routine has completely transformed. One small packet mixed into my water bottle before takeoff, and suddenly no more post flight headaches that feel like brain surgery without the anesthesia, skin that doesn't resemble ancient parchment upon arrival, energy to actually enjoy my first day instead of hibernating in the hotel. And bonus, they help combat jet lag by balancing your system. Whatever brand you choose, though, they're TSA friendly and take up less space than a pair of socks. It's a no brainer. Number four, toothbrush and toothpaste, the secret to freshness and on long haul flights. Okay, so picture this. You've just endured a 16-hour flight, recycled air, mystery meals, and sleeping on your food tray. You're shuffling through the arrival terminal looking like you've been through a wind tunnel, when suddenly you spot your long distance girlfriend waiting for you. That was me after a flight to London when I caught my reflection in the shop window and barely recognized the disheveled zombie staring back. But the real horror? The moment I enthusiastically greeted my long distance girlfriend and watched them physically recoil from what I can only describe as 16-hour flight breath, aka death. A unique fragrance somewhere between stale coffee and rotting corpse. Enter the most underrated travel essential that's transformed how I arrive at every destination: toothbrush and toothpaste. This isn't just about hygiene, it's about psychological warfare against travel fatigue. There's something almost magical about those 2 minutes of brushing that resets your entire existence. It's like telling your body, we survived and now we're human again.
Well, I just brushed my teeth and I'm still a puppet. You suck. I got my hopes up for nothing.
Think I'm exaggerating? Science backs it up. The physical act of brushing stimulates your facial muscles, increases blood flow, and the mint gives you an instant alertness boost that coffee can't really match. It's the difference between stumbling off a plane looking like you've time traveled through a tornado versus stepping out and looking like you just had a power nap in first class. My travel hack: skip the bulky toiletry bag and go for a foldable toothbrush that takes up less space than a phone charger, travel size toothpaste, under 3.4 ounces for TSA, and single use mouthwash packets that security won't confiscate. The best part? While everyone else is shuffling through customs looking like extras from The Walking Dead, you'll be the mysterious traveler who somehow defied the laws of long haul physics. 5. Body wipes. Stay fresh on long haul flights. Let's talk about that moment on like hour 7 of your flight when you become acutely aware that your body has become essentially a human petri dish. That's not sweat anymore. It's a complex ecosystem developing its own weather patterns. We've been there, trapped in your seat, feeling like you're marinating in a mixture of airplane air, recycled germs, and that questionable chicken parm you regretted ordering. Your skin feels like it's producing its own oil reserves. Your neck has a film, and you're calculating how many more hours until you can properly shower and feel human again. This used to be me until I discovered what first class passengers and flight attendants have known forever. Body wipes are the portable shower you never knew that you needed.
I knew. I just didn't want to tell you.
And I'm not talking about those flimsy baby wipes that immediately dry out on contact. I'm talking about proper body wipes, engineered for adults with adult sized problems. They're thicker, larger, and infused with ingredients that don't just move the grime around, but actually eliminate it. And the transformation is immediate. 5 minutes in that tiny airplane bathroom with these magic sheets, and suddenly your skin stops feeling like it's been glazed in airplane grease. That sticky film on your neck, gone. The weird airplane smell that somehow attaches to your very soul, neutralized. And that sense of being human again, priceless. The psychological boost is real. Studies show physical comfort directly impacts your mood and stress levels during travel. Translation: you're less likely to snap at the person reclining into your kneecaps and ending up on TikTok, being hunted down by the entire world. The best part? While the person next to you is counting down the minutes until they can take their clothes off and burn them, you'll be strolling off the plane looking suspiciously refreshed.
What a classy lady. I hope to be like her when I grow up. You're a boy and a puppet.
Number 6, chapstick and lotion. beat dry skin on long haul flights. Okay, guys, so picture this. You've just landed after crossing multiple time zones. Everyone shuffles off the plane looking like they've aged about 17 years, except for that one person who somehow looks refreshed, like they've been teleported instead of trapped in a pressurized metal tube for half a day. How dare she? How did she do that? Kill her! That person used to never be me. I'd step off flights looking like I'd been mummified, my lips so chapped that they could sand furniture, and skin so dry it was practically auditioning for a role in a documentary about the Sahara. The turning point? A flight attendant with skin so radiant I had to ask what her secret was. She leaned in like she was sharing a classified secret. Airplane cabins have 10 to 20% humidity, she said. The Sahara Desert has 25%. Do the math.
The joke's on her. I can't do math. Also, why is she whispering?
That's right. You're literally flying through an environment drier than the world's most infamous desert. Your skin is losing moisture with every passing minute. And by hour three, you're essentially transforming into a human raisin. The solution isn't just complicated or expensive, it's just consistently overlooked. Chapstick and lotion, the dynamic duo of high altitude survival. But not just any products. After testing dozens on transcontinental flights, my lips have suffered through this research so badly. I found the holy grail combination. For lips, look for chapsticks with like beeswax or shea butter that create an actual moisture barrier, not those watery ones that evaporate. For skin, fragrance free lotions with ceramides are the secret weapon. They don't just moisturize, they repair your skin's barrier that the recycled air is actively trying to destroy. The technique matters too. Apply lotion before you feel dry. Prevention beats rescue every time. I reapply every 2 or 3 hours, focusing on hands, face, and exposed skin. For lips, apply chapstick before meals and after drinking to maintain that protective barrier. Number 7, a pen, the most underrated travel essential. Okay, so you're 30 minutes from landing in a foreign country. The flight attendant hands out immigration forms that need to be completed before you can legally enter the country. Suddenly, the cabin erupts into chaos, a desperate scramble of people padding pockets, digging through bags, and performing the universal pantomime. And there you are, calmly pulling out your pen like you've just drawn Excalibur from the stone. In that moment, you're not just a traveler, you're a travel royalty. This isn't about a pen, though. This is about being the one person who isn't frantically looking around, making awkward eye contact with everyone on the plan to see who might actually have a writing utensil.
Kids, one of you is going to have to be a team player and sacrifice yourself for the family. I'm sorry, son. We'll try to find you someday. Farewell.
The pen is the ultimate travel flex. It costs less than your airport coffee, but delivers infinitely more value. It's the difference between being the helpless tourist and the seasoned traveler who glides through international borders like they own the place. But not just any pen, okay? After extensive research, aka losing countless pens to the airplane seat gap black hole dimension, I've discovered the perfect travel pen has three qualities. It's retractable, no caps to lose. It has a clip, secures to passport holders or pockets. And three, it's pressurized, works at altitude when regular pens fail. Beyond immigration forms, though, your pen becomes the Swiss Army knife of travel solutions. Jotting down hotel addresses in local languages for taxi drivers, writing emergency contact info on your child's arm, documenting that life changing restaurant recommendation from a local, and yes, even playing hangman when the in flight entertainment fails. Number 8, noise canceling headphones, your ticket to peace on long haul flights. Have you ever noticed how time slows to a crawl when you're seated next to the human reincarnation of Snorlax? You know, that passenger whose snoring registers on the Richter scale?
Whoa, what? Who's that? Who's making all that noise? Dang, whippersnappers.
Or perhaps you've experienced the joy of sitting in front of what I can only describe as a toddler percussion ensemble, where tiny feet treat your seat back like it's audition day at Juilliard. For years, I endured flights with those flimsy foam earplugs that not only don't fit in your ears, but if you do happen to jam one in there successfully, they don't actually do anything. I'd arrive at destinations looking like I just survived a slow torture interrogation rather than a flight. Then I discovered what frequent flyers and pilots have known for decades. Noise canceling headphones aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. They're the difference between arriving as a functioning human being versus a sleep deprived zombie who now has PTSD for the rest of their life. The first time I put on proper noise canceling headphones on a flight, I actually got a little emotional. The constant engine drone that had been drilling into my brain for decades, gone. The high pitched chatter from 3 rows back, vanished.
I love my noise reducing headphones. That baby with impressive lung capacity, still there, but in my head it's reduced from I'm gonna drop kick that baby to, okay, you can live.
And the science is fascinating. These aren't just playing loud music to drown things out, they're actively creating sound waves that cancel the ambient noise. It's like having a force field against auditory assault. But the benefits go beyond just blocking noise. Studies show that the constant flow of frequency drone on aircraft actually causes physical fatigue. By eliminating this, you're not just more comfortable, you literally arrive less physically exhausted. 9. Hand sanitizer. Stay healthy on long haul flights. Okay, so let me paint you a vivid picture. You're settling into your flight when the person next to you sneezes with the force of a Category 5 hurricane. No tissue, no elbow sneeze, just pure unfiltered human spray in your shared airspace.
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Meanwhile, you've just been handed a sad airplane sandwich that you're somehow expected to eat with the same hands that have touched the security bin that's never been cleaned since its manufacturing date, the escalator handrail used by literally everyone in the airport, and that sticky substance on your tray table that you're pretending isn't there. A plane isn't just transportation, it's a flying incubator where 200 plus strangers share recycled air and limited bathroom facilities for hours on end. Fun fact, the average airplane table has 8 times more bacteria than a toilet flush button. Yeah, you heard that right. You're eating off a surface dirtier than something designed specifically for fecal matter. Enter hand sanitizer, the unsung hero of travel health that costs less than your airport water bottle, but delivers infinitely more value. But not all hand sanitizers are created equal. After extensive research, aka getting sick way too many times, I've discovered the perfect travel hand sanitizer has 3 qualities. At least 60% alcohol content. Anything less is just making the germs angry. A bottle small enough for TSA but large enough to last your trip. A formula with aloe or a moisturizer because airplane air will turn your hands into sandpaper. Strategic sanitizing is key. The high risk moments that require immediate germ execution are like after going through security. Those bins are microbial nightclubs. Before eating anything, even if it's just a sad airplane sandwich, or after using the lavatory, and also after touching the in flight entertainment screen, which is usually never cleaned very well. The beauty of hand sanitizer isn't just avoiding illness, it's the peace of mind knowing you won't spread your hard earned vacation days quarantined in a hotel room. Number 10, eye mask. Sleep like a pro on long haul flights. So picture this, you're 6 hours into a 12-hour flight. It's 3 a.m. according to your body clock, but the person next to you has had their reading light blazing like they're performing emergency surgery. The flight attendants are cheerfully chattering through the cabin with their drink cart, and the guy across the aisle is watching an action movie with explosions so bright they're illuminating the entire row. Meanwhile, you're desperately trying to sleep by creating a human origami masterpiece. Head awkwardly wedged against the window, jacket draped over your face, arms contorted in positions that would impress a yoga master. I used to be that person, the one who would arrive at my destination looking like I just completed an underground fight club initiation rather than an enjoyable flight. Then I discovered an eye mask isn't just like a cute accessory for a spa day. It's the difference between arriving ready to explore your destination and needing a full 24 hours to recover from the psychological trauma of overnight air travel. The science is fascinating, though. When your brain detects darkness, it triggers melatonin production, your body's natural sleep hormone. An eye mask doesn't just block light, it literally hacks your brain chemistry to induce sleep, even in the most sleep hostile environments. And after researching dozens, yeah, my job is real hard, I know. I've discovered the perfect travel eye mask has basically 3 essential qualities: contour design that doesn't press against your eyelids or smudge makeup, if that's your thing. Adjustable strap that won't tangle in your hair or feel too tight, giving you like a headache or pulling on your hair. And lightweight, breathable fabric that doesn't make your face sweat. The true game changer was discovering weighted eye masks, though. That gentle pressure doesn't just block light, it activates pressure points that reduce anxiety and deepen sleep. It's like getting a gentle face hug while you drift off to dreamland. Pro tip, test your eye mask at home first. Nothing worse than discovering mid flight that your new mask feels like a face tourniquet or has a weird chemical smell or has a tag that tickles your eyeball. Number 11, melatonin. Sleep better on long haul flights. Did you know that melatonin isn't just another supplement that seemingly does nothing? It's liquid gold for travelers crossing across time zones. Melatonin is the hormone your body naturally produces when it's time to sleep, right? It's what tells your brain, hey, buddy, it's bedtime. But when you're flying across time zones at, 500 miles per hour with your circadian rhythm in complete chaos, your body has no idea when to release the melatonin. Taking a small dose of melatonin is essentially giving your body a time cue, like setting an internal clock that says, despite all evidence to the contrary, including that screaming child in row 23 and the fact that the sun is clearly visible, it is actually now bedtime. But here's what no one tells you about melatonin. Timing is everything. Take it too early, you'll be drooling on your neighbor's shoulder before dinner service. Take it too late, and you'll be groggy when you land. Less is more. Those 10 milligram pills, complete overkill for most people. I found that, like 1 to 3 milligrams works perfectly without the melatonin hangover.
I'm a little groggy. Why do I look like a puppet? You are a puppet. News to me. I think I took too much. I didn't give you any.
It works best when paired with other sleep strategies, though, like avoiding the airplane screen. The blue light is melatonin's nemesis. Using an eye mask and skipping that second glass of wine. Alcohol might help you fall asleep, but it destroys the quality of your sleep. On my next international trip, I took 2 milligrams of melatonin about 30 minutes before I wanted to sleep, put my eye mask on, and woke up 6 hours later as we began our descent. It's perfect. I stepped off that plane ready to explore. No zombie walk, no falling asleep in restaurants, no wasting precious vacation days adjusting to the time zone. The best part? Unlike sleeping pills, melatonin isn't habit forming and doesn't leave you feeling drugged. You wake up feeling naturally rested, not like you've been hit by a tranquilizer dart. Important disclaimer though, I'm not a doctor, and you should definitely consult yours before trying any supplement. Everyone's body chemistry is different. Number 12, Time Shifter app. Beat check. Giggity. Let me take you back to my trip to Tokyo last year, a dream vacation that started as an absolute nightmare. After a 14-hour flight crossing multiple time zones, I stumbled out of Narita Airport looking like I'd been drugged and dragged behind the plane rather than sitting in it. For the next three days, my body and brain were in an all-out like civil war. My body thought it was 3 a.m. when it was actually lunchtime. I found myself wide awake at 4 in the morning, staring at the ceiling of my hotel room, then face planting into my ramen like at dinner time. And yeah, I mean, like half my precious vacation was basically gone, sacrificed to the jet lag gods. And the worst part, I had basically done everything right, right? I drank water, I avoided alcohol, I even tried to adjust my sleep schedule before leaving. It just didn't work. Then I discovered what astronauts, elite athletes, and Fortune 500 CEOs have been using for many years, the Time Shifter app. And no, this isn't sponsored at all. I'm just generally grateful with how this app has basically completely transformed my travel experience. And yet, this isn't just another sleep app. Time Shifter was literally developed with NASA scientists and world class sleep researchers who understand exactly how your circadian rhythm works and, more importantly, how to hack it.
Here, I'm a NASA rocket scientist and I approve this message. No, you're not. You're my 3-year-old's hand puppet. Get down. Puppet racist. Rude.
Here's what makes it revolutionary, though. The app creates a personalized hour by hour schedule based on your specific flight, sleep patterns, and even chronotype. Whether, which is like basically whether you're naturally a morning person or a night owl like myself. It tells you exactly when to seek bright light or avoid it. Light exposure is the most powerful way to reset the body clock. take a nap or power through tiredness. For me, it's always take a nap. Or 3, have caffeine or cut it off. Consider melatonin if that's part of your routine. The magic is in the precision. Most jet lag advice is generic, stay awake until local bedtime. But time shifter knows that adjusting to a 9-hour time difference requires completely different strategies than like a 3-hour one. The best part, you get your first trip plan for free. After that, it's less than the cost of an airport coffee for a single trip, or you can get the annual subscription if you travel a lot. Think about it. You're already spending hundreds of thousands on flights, hotels, and experiences. Why waste precious vacation days feeling like garbage when the solution costs less than your in flight snack box? Outro. And just like that, you've graduated from the school of sky survival with flying colors. These 12 travel essentials aren't just products, they're your passport to arriving at your destination looking like you teleported there instead of being sardine packed in economy for 14 hours. Remember when you used to stumble off planes with ankles the size of grapefruits and brain functioning at the processing speed of like Windows 95? Those days are officially over, sir. From compression socks that keep your circulation flowing better than airport traffic, to the time shifter app that has NASA scientists nodding in approval, you're now armed with the arsenal that separates the travel amateurs from the airspace elite. If this video might save your next vacation from the jet lag graveyard, smash that like button like it owes you money, subscribe for more travel hacks, and share this with your friend who might have a long trip coming up. Drop a comment with your essential travel item. I read every comment and might feature your hack in my next video. Until next time, though, may your flights be smooth, your upgrades frequent, and your seatmate be someone who respects the armrest boundaries. Wheels up, though, travelers. I'll see you in the friendly skies.